Boy, I don't know. I might just kind of need to start fast forwarding here until just interesting things happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with this weather. Cold, cold, cold storm, but even the storm is only falling 1 level, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Scouts have reached the cracked ice. Distinct spot. Overturned sled or the mace rock. That doesn't help us. 9 hours. We better get there. Ooh. Oh, this is going to be colder than anything we've dealt with. How are we doing on housing? 43 vacant beds. God bless our captain. I'd follow him anywhere. Scouts have reached the Frozen Hulk, a converted cruiser. This ship used to be part of the Royal Navy. Her armaments were removed, presumably to make room for supplies. There's still plenty of coal left and some steel to be salvaged. Wrecked vehicle. Let's try and hit the hamlet on the way back. Maybe we can gather those people. Well, oh, okay. We can finish that ventilation plant. That might be my last research. Nothing like saving the best for last. An irrelevant research about a mechanism we've already gotten done with. New automaton. Whoop, they've reached Mace Rock. What do we have? Distinct spot. Scattered sleds. Alright. Overturned sled, 15 hours. Let's give it a shot. Gonna have to come back here pretty soon because it is... Yeah, you're gonna get recalled for the storm. Ventilation plant. That is literally all of the research. Nope, I guess now I just tell my engineers to go wild, you know. What do you guys want to work on? Just go for it. We got the notice about having to recall all the scouts. That group is darn near to the buried hamlet. 3 hours, and they actually have to walk past it. I'm gonna see if I can just, like, ignore them for a second. Oh, they will still go. Okay. Good. Alright, we can rescue those people, by golly. I did build another coal thumper here. And staffed.
Get back to work.
Scouts have reached the buried hamlet with survivors. Just a few shabby huts. This one, I'm gonna send them down to the scattered sleds anyway. But here, let's see what's happening with these survivors. Oh, that's a lot. There are mostly children here. They are hungry and have insufficient clothing. They will not survive in such conditions. All right, let's bring them back. And I should have looked more closely at that. Call it about 50 people. What were we? 43 vacant beds. So, let's see. We got one right there. Plunk another house. As long as they're getting the benefit of that heat. Temperature is going to fall again, and then twice, and then it goes up again. We will see.
It's off time.
Over 600 population living in houses only, more than 650 people in the city at the same time. Oh gosh, okay, yeah. So that means our population just went up a lot. And this group just reached Shattered Sled with steam cores. Heck yes, you take that. The expedition was attacked by polar bears, judging from the damage to the sleds. Most of the bodies are dismembered. Bones bear deep bite marks and signs of chewing. 3 steam cores, though. You bring those back, and you guys hightail it back. Because, yeah, there's a storm. There's a storm on the horizon. But let's just say 23 hours? Nah, you guys aren't going to make it there and back. Okay. Okay, here comes the first step of the next storm. There we go.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
So, did the storm disable the hunter's hut? Yeah. Building disabled by the storm. Okay, so... Oh, the industrial hothouse is also... Oh, man. Kudos to that balloon pilot coming back mid-storm. It's like, I got this. Oh, wow, they're all coming back in the middle of the storm. Okay. Factory is nice and cozy. Frankly, it's not even that bad, like... Just generally. New automaton. Have 15 automatons at the same time. City of Steam, yeah. Those 2 heaters off.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Temple has influenced some people. Great. Frostbite, mild illness. Ugh. Temperature's about to go down 2 more levels, so I don't... just need people to go hang out inside the medical facilities, frankly. If nothing else, just go hang out. They're friendly people. We survived another night. That has to count for something. Yeah, it's about to drop 2 more levels. What are we even at right now? Negative 148? What is this even going to be? It's going to be negative 190?
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
184. Overdrive. Consumption. Boy. Alright, we are still in the green. I mean, even
Work time. Get
with
back
it on overdrive, it seems like we're still in the green. Another new automaton. Yeah, we're just straight up full on coal. I don't know what this is that I keep being able to see, like, periodically. I don't know. Alright, so we got that. Heater off. Good. We need more medical facilities. Interesting. I was not expecting that. Where do we want to build them? Can we fit one or two over here? Health. Base heating level is just 2, huh? Should definitely be, well, no, not with the bridge. Won't be able to get 2 in there. I've just been building so many things back here. That's appealing. What about over here? No. It's a hunter's hut right there. Get out there, we got stuff to build. The middle of the snowpocalypse. Generator's doing okay. The engineers in here. Let's get some engineers in here taking care of some people's health. By golly. And we probably need another steam hub. Yep, steam. Well, yep. We got some gravely ills. We gotta get this coal pile out of here. We're just... I mean, even this, you know, this is a nice close little area. I just don't have it designed well. Maybe I'll try and fix that after this storm. What are we at? 65? I don't want to go above 70. I also don't want a bunch of people to die. We survived another night. That has to count for something. I agree. Yeah. There we go. Wait, is the storm still happening? Apparently not. Mace Rock, get out there. Next group down there. Large pit. Make it happen. Small airship. Ooh.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
Here we go. Buried dreadnought. A sooty tomb. A fire has gutted this dreadnought, turning its interior into a pitch-black maze filled with toxic fumes. We'd have to dismantle parts of the hull in many places to access and ventilate all the decks, then build catwalks and safeguards. This will take plenty of resources. 300 steel and a steam core. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Alright, well, we found one at least. We'll see what that is when they get back here. So that relic was the painted toy horse. Okay, we'll take a look at that. But let's get this group turned around first. Where... Stone obelisk, gonna take you 2 days. Oof, empty shelter. Painted toy horse, object from the British Museum collection of Roman artifacts about 2,000 years old, found among the effects of one of the deceased passengers, along with his journal. Robert's Horsey, The ship was going down. We were about to board. I was just seeing if I could scroll. We were about to board the lifeboats when I noticed that Robert had disappeared. You can imagine my thoughts. I rushed back into our cabin, wading in ice-cold water to my knees, but he wasn't there. Desperation seized me, but then I heard the patter of his feet above. He emerged from the tangle of smashed crates. I caught him in my arms and ran. We barely made it. As we cast off, I noticed that Robert was clutching something tightly in his hand. I didn't want him to drown, he said. He can't swim, see? Because he's a horsey, but with wheels. So there it is, the story of how this part of the collection was saved. The rest now lies at the bottom, and I pray that the crates, which weren't crushed by the ice, hold until we can retrieve them. Man, that is such a... Yeah, I could totally see our kiddo doing something like that. All of her little stuffed animal friends and dolls and whatnot, you know, they have all their own names, they have their own traits, and it's just adorable, frankly. So, okay, let's see. We'll pick it up either with the next storm or the next interesting thing happens. We'll pick that back up. Ooh, okay, we found another buried dreadnought. It's gonna take them 18 hours, 19 hours to get down there, but the storm is right around the corner. I don't know how this is gonna go. This one's gonna be close. This group right here. Oof, yeah, they are marching out into it. Get there and recover it.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Another temperature drop. I think we're just operating just fundamentally at this point at our highest generator temp. Come on, guys, get there. Oh! Oh, they didn't make it. Shoot. Well, one of them didn't make it. It was that one. They were on the way to the stone ship. All right, 6 hours and 6 minutes. We'll see if this other group can make it. I don't know if they're going to. Ooh. Somebody reached something. Ooh. Nope. You can't reach it. Okay. Come on back. We almost had... I don't know if they're going to make it back before the storm. They are racing the storm. Alright. Well, we got some more steam cores out of it at least.
Work day ends.
10 hours, 9 hours. How close are they? keep coming, fellas. You got this. Still frustrating that they didn't make it, though. Man, I've been exploring like a madman, and I mean, at this point, the city is so darn near self-sufficient. Yes. They beat that storm. Let's see. They got here right about 5 a.m. and I think the storm hits at 6. 7. All right. They beat it by 2 hours. All right. Now we just got to get done with this. Just got to get through it. We got plenty of supplies. This is no problem. Okay. Scouts just got back with a steam core model. Let's take a look at that. A model of the steam core prototype, which was picked from the sea by a corvette searching for Professor Hawkins. A report of the commanding officer is attached. The tragic loss of Dragonfly. The chest with the model was waterproof and remained afloat, but the safe containing the blueprints and other documentation presumably sank with the rest of the wreckage at a depth of at least 1,000 fathoms. The cause of the accident is, at present, unknown, but it's exceedingly unlikely that anyone will ever read this report. I will allow myself the liberty to speculate that it was either mechanical failure or pilot error. Contributing factors include weather, inadequate crew training, and the experimental nature of the aeroplane. It was sheer folly on the part of Mr. Hawkins to attempt the crossing in a largely untested machine, and utter criminal madness to let him aboard it. Oof. Well, we still got 6 of those things to go? My gosh. Well, we got 2 active dreadnought hunts right now.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Relic to acquire, explore it safely. 500 wood, 300 steel, and a steam core. Ugh, do it. Alright, come on back. See what this other one takes. For all intents and purposes, at this point, it seems like we've beat the game. It's just, well, this mode anyway. It's just a matter of I want to try and collect all the, all these relics.
What day ends?
Enjoy this game. I want to experience all of it. By golly. Relic to acquire. 250 wood and 100 steel. Ugh, it's pretty steep. Yeah. Do it. Make it happen. So maybe now this other group. Chemical plant sketch. First of all, we're going to get them turned back around. Where can you get a small airship, huh? One day and 21 hours. One day, 21. You're not gonna make it. Alright, well, you might be waiting. Let's see here. Chemical plant sketch. A page from a set of blueprints for a chemical plant that was rejected by the industry committee. It contains comments from at least 2 different people involved in the decision process. Forbidden fruit. It deeply saddens me to say that while the design is elegant and highly practical, I cannot recommend implementing it. Hard liquor is the least dangerous among the variety of substances an unscrupulous leader could use to keep the people in check, and this plant is capable of churning out many drugs and stimulants as well. It is our duty to weigh the benefits for the colony of the various chemicals that can be produced in this plant against the mortal danger. Some of them pose not just the well-being of the populace, but their immortal souls. A comment in another hand. Remove from official circulation, but do not destroy. Transfer to proposals under consideration. Alright, a chemical plant of some variety. It's pretty cool. Wonder if that'll show up in Frostpunk 2. Reach the empty campsite, huh? Find a dreadnought. Ugh, alright. 15 hours? Yeah, make it happen. But don't get there and then suddenly die, okay? Please. Yeah, storm on the horizon. Windswept snowfield. Boy, it looks like the storm is right there. Ruined warehouse and cracked ice. Nope, nothing. Nope, you better head on back or you gonna die 1 day and 5 hours. Oof. It's gonna be close. You guys are gonna be rolling in at like 3 a.m. before the storm hits at 7. Hope. Come on, everybody. Let's Keep that hope up, huh? Just a little bit, sometimes. Cookhouse Ancestor. Artifact just got back to us. Oops, what was it? Comments on a rejected kitchen design from a letter written by master planner Henry Collins to his wife. It was found among other effects of Mrs. Collins in their cabin. Hellish kitchen. Truth be told, I don't envy anyone who'd have to work there. The design was supposed to be easy to build with rudimentary tools and materials while being as comfortable as possible. But Mumford's team focused entirely on the former criteria, neglecting the latter. The result is an abject failure, a cramped hovel where the diners would get frostbitten while the cooks would get burnt, turning meals into a particularly cruel torture. I intend to insist on a redesign that meets all of our requirements, but I fear that even in a proper kitchen there will soon be no ingredients nor time to make proper meals, not when hundreds have to be fed every single day. And concerning spices, they're frowned upon as a waste of precious space on dreadnoughts. It is estimated that the average consumption of salt alone exceeds 10 pounds per capita per annum, which means that in less than a year it will be gone. Woof. Yikes. Food is an important part of morale. Just ask anybody in the military. Alright, another relic. Explore its safety. 250 wood and 150 steel. And now we'll get these other groups going. What I've started doing is when we've identified one, I don't know if it works this way, but I feel like I've had better luck with like having people arriving where they might get new random locations. If there's already someone on, like if there was a pending buried dreadnought out here, it's not going to populate another one, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. I could be terribly, hilariously wrong on that, but I gotta get this hope built up a little bit here too. So once the storm starts coming, that hope falls. So they got back with an aspiring vision. We'll check that out here in just a second, but get them turned around. Okay, an aspiring vision. The Journal of Frederick Stanhope Morton, a 26-year-old engineer employed in the construction of an early generator. While he believed it to be the very first one, he was most likely misled. A utopia for our times. I cannot stop thinking how obscenely wasteful this whole endeavor is. To put such an astonishing amount of materials and so many months of hard work into building this marvel here, where nobody but a handful of selected scientists, financiers, and assorted notables can see it, words just fail me. Supposedly, they don't want to get people's hopes up in case the whole project ends in a fiasco, but I can't see how such a simple and elegant mechanism could fail. The generator is the key to our future. Once the concept is proven, we can provide everyone with shelter and basic sustenance using the vast resources of the Empire. We only need time. Only 3 more of those to go. What do we got? We got a relic. What do you need? 500 wood and a steam core. That is my last spare steam core. So, if I do decide that I need to pursue it, I may need to dismantle something. We are doing just fine on steel. Does dismantling steel? No, that doesn't get me a steam core. The coal, yeah, 1 steam core there. 2 steam cores if I take down the industrial hothouse. I mean, frankly, we are hunting. we are hunting the wasteland at an incredible rate here. So if they need that, I'll have to think about. I mean, hopefully somebody out here will discover some more steam cores. We have so much food. I mean, the polar bear. I mean, assuming we're hunting polar bear. Maybe deer or something, I don't know. But the population, tools of a surgeon is what we just got right there. The population of whatever it is that we hunt is never going to recover. Yeah, as soon as that gets done. Okay. Tools of a surgeon we will look at in just a second. But first we gotta pause. Yeah, we gotta get these people out of here. Shelter is an old type which doesn't offer adequate protection. Great. Grab the stuff and get out of there. And you still got 9 hours. You're not going to make it. Head on back. Okay, let's see. Tools of a surgeon. A set of surgeon's tools that belong to Sir Thomas Waters, a physician on one of the first Frostland expeditions, with a page from his personal notebook. My everyday tools. As a field surgeon, I saw my fair share of horrors that required amputations, but nothing could prepare me for the dreadful reality of living in this hell of Norse mythology. Merely trying to survive in such temperatures is like being on a battlefield. Frostbite is as common as a bullet wound, and likewise as dangerous. So it's not surprising that the tools we received in London could have come straight from my field chest, with emphasis on speed and brutal efficiency. For anesthesia, I got a small bottle of ether and a wooden gag. God have mercy on us. Oof. All right, only 2 more of those left. Hopefully, then after this next storm, we'll be able to get it done. Fingers crossed. Okay, the case of an empty village, and I will wait to read that one with the last one whenever I get it. If I ever get it. Absolutely ridiculous. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, a little bit of an odd story here. You'll note that we are now at day 172. At this point, I have done hundreds of these events and searching and that sort of thing. I'm not finding any survivors at this point, and I'll tell you, I'm not finding any more relics. We're stuck at 14 out of 15. I think what happened is the time that our people just reached the dreadnought and then it froze, I think the game kind of bugged, to be honest with you. So I do not foresee us ever getting 15 out of 15 there, which is pretty darn frustrating, but I have I have done my due diligence here, and I don't think it's one of those things where they like programmed the game so the last one was incredibly difficult to get or anything. You know, in day 50 through 80, I was sometimes getting multiple relics in one like storm cycle. And so we're just not getting that anymore. But that's not to say that we didn't have a little bit of fun with it here. Let me give you the tour. We've continued. We'll start up here. We're done with all the research. Got a number of hospitals and that sort of thing here. Medical facilities. We do still have need for the medical facilities from time to time, as the storms never get below that one consistent, whatever it is, negative 189 degrees. So we get people, needing health care, even with their houses and whatnot, but it never does get real colder than that, it doesn't look like. So we've got our hunters, of course. We've got a tremendous amount of resources everywhere. You'll notice up here we've got, our coal's actually a little bit down right now. We're just coming out of a storm, so the generator was on overdrive for a while. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so coal mine, we've got 54,900 in storage capacity, and I've got everything paused right now, so it's kind of frozen, but now that the generator is off of overdrive, we do have a very positive gain. I'll unfreeze it here in just a second. You'll notice that we have a ton of... Oh man, we still have coal piles that weren't picked up? Where are those? Oh, okay. It's just the ones that are getting generated. All right. I thought we still had coal piles just lurking in the dirt somewhere. But we have a tremendous amount of resources. Lots of wood. What are we at? 10,200. 10,200 for steel. That's a little down right now. That's okay. Food. This is raw food. You can see we're bringing in rather a lot of it. Health care, we're doing fine. And we had 647 until this last storm cycle where I lost one of my groups of scouts. So that was the biggest we ever got, I think, was 647. Let's see, just here around the main hub, I did go ahead and sign the fighting arena thing. That helps with discontent. As you can tell, it's not an issue at this point. I just did the sermon and the evening prayers right after that storm, and the temple prayer as well. You'll notice that we've still got the machine shop, profiles, manufacturer, and foundry. I actually rebuilt those. Chillville became Frostland's leading exporter of generator materials. We've maxed out everything you need to build a generator. I mean, if they would let me build another generator over here, I mean, we could just global warm the heck out of this area, but it won't let me, so that's okay. It is what it is. Over here, we've got a lovely little area. You've got a cookhouse that's actually staffed by humans. That's the only cookhouse where you actually get, like, you know, human interaction. And then I went ahead and built the public house. So we, once again, we've got workers and then engineers. And, you know, we've actually got a few females working this time. If you watched my, the last autumn series, you may recall Bertram the Floozy. So we've got something like that going on, but we've got more housing back here with a steam hub in the middle of it. Back here, we have a lovely little community area. We've got a shrine, steam hub, a small garden. You know, frequently churches will have like some low-income housing or like housing for people who don't have housing security around them, and so the church here put up some houses that are far too cold for anyone to actually live in. There's also a little square here, but if you do go to church, you know, as soon as church is out, you can go have a nice fist fight if you fancy that sort of thing. You just never know. More resources. Let's see over here. Yeah, more resources, hunting, that sort of thing. I will say, it's kind of ridiculous that we have this. We can't do hunting with the automatons. You know, just imagine, imagine the polar bears in the area or whatever wildlife may still be alive out there that are just constantly being hunted from the air from these people in balloons, and then suddenly an automaton coming after them. You know, I feel like one of the story scenarios allowed you to have scout automatons, and that was another kind of frustrating thing. I'm limited to 3 scouts, none of them can be automatons, and I mean, it's just they get really spread out. So anyway, it is what it is. That's okay. We do still have the traditional hunters for people who are, you know, scared of heights. All of our resource generators at this point are advanced, including the wall drills. We didn't really need to do that, but I did it anyway. Let's see, a bunch of medical facilities still, and then we've got the house down here on the edge, kind of looking out. I've got another one over on the other side, but we actually have people living down here. That's great. They've got their own little heater. You know, you got to walk through kind of a sketchy neighborhood to get to the house. But you've got a nice view out to what used to be the ocean, they say. So maybe it's over there. I don't know. That would probably be the area that I would live. We've once again got the temple, the archives, and then a whole massive coal mining operation right next door. Probably, you know, these are coal thumpers. These things are shaking the ground. You can only imagine what it's doing to, like, the foundation, like the woodwork, like the decor inside these buildings. Another cookhouse manned by an automaton. Let's see here. What do we even have? How many automatons? Hang on. I think there's a way. What do we have? Oh, there we go. 43. We have 43 automatons. And we still have 5 steam cores left here. But, yeah, lots of gardens. It's lovely. Over here, this was our science center. You may also notice that we became the leading exporter of prostheses. We're maxed out on those at this point. So that's why we've been chewing through steel. And I actually have an automaton in here that can make other automatons. And it's kind of funny to listen to this like on double or triple speed with how fast you just get the announcement that another one has been built. It's ridiculous. Cookhouse manned purely by automatons. And that's helpful because down here we have our shipping. These are material goods shipping balloons. We went ahead and made sure that they were well heated for having to load up all the prosthetics and the different generator parts and that sort of thing. But these are our non-hunting, purely delivery. Those are our delivery blimps, is what those are. And then we do have one other house over here. And yeah, we've got people, all hunters, living in here, which is great. I mean, that's, yeah, my kind of view. So, yeah, this was a lot of fun. A little bit frustrating that we didn't get here, I'll turn it on. A little bit frustrating that we didn't get the final relic, but I'm sure I could go look up online to see what it is, or, you know. Okay, I'm actually adding this in after the fact because I remember that I forgot to read this, and I went ahead and looked up the 15th, so we do have them here. The Case of an Empty Village. This was the last one that I found. A page from the journal of Lieutenant R. Phillips, who was lost with his entire scouting party leading a survey from the dreadnought HM Resolution. Found on day 94. Those were the days. Abandoned fishing village. The gale hit when we were in the open. It was the strangest blizzard I've ever experienced, though I cannot say what made me feel that way. If it was the eerie wailing of the wind or the monstrous dark shapes formed by the billowing snow. When we finally got to the village, longing for a warm welcome, we found only ice and silence. The disappointment was all the more hard to bear since I remembered the fishermen living there so well. They were cheerful, if somewhat coarse folk, hardened by the cold and work at sea. A close-knit community, but friendly to the outsiders nonetheless. We looked for clues to their disappearance, but we found none. Apparently, the whole village has moved out, taking everything they could with them and, to our astonishment, locking the doors. They were good people. I hope they will come back someday. Yeah, fingers crossed. We ran into so many abandoned sawmills and fishing villages and all that sort of thing while we were searching. Okay, and I believe the only relic we did not find was the resignation letter. A handwritten letter of resignation found crumpled into a ball. Sir, I am hereby tendering my resignation from the position of Administrator of 3rd Colony. Thank you very much for the opportunity you've given me to acquaint myself with the operation of this settlement. Thanks to your inventive scheduling of the deliveries, the usual questions an administrator faces most days weren't troubling me too long. For example, the answer to what will my people eat tomorrow was often simply nothing. And the reply, how are we going to stay warm, was by huddling together. I would not presume to know your intentions for cutting our supplies, nor would I second-guess your decision. You must certainly have had your reasons. Nevertheless, I believe I can no longer, in good conscience, lead our people when I am not able to answer their questions as to the outlook of our colony to their satisfaction. I remain your humble and obedient servant, Frederick Stockton. Humble and obedient? I don't know about that, Frederick. Yeah, you can totally envision, something like this happening where, only certain colonies get the supplies and whatnot. I'm glad I read this one, but, it wasn't some grand revelation about the cause of the winter or something like that. So, not too broken up about it. Whatever the case may be there. We got, 19 automatons available. I tried to leave some trees, maybe they'll thaw out someday. What is this person doing? That, you walking back. They don't even have a workplace. Yeah, we still have a bit of an unemployment problem. And thankfully, the kids are still really maintaining most of the medical facilities. There were some great comments on these videos about the terribly scarred children that are dealing with all of these medical issues. Oh, those are all engineers. What is going on? You can't have that. What? Jeez. Get out of there. Perfect. I mean, if you need an amputation, you want it to be a child, Oof, jeez. I'm just slacking off here. All right, there we go. That'll do. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're going to end. We're going to leave it at 14 out of 15. A little bit frustrating, but cannot wait for Frostpunk 2. I should also say, over on Twitch, I'm going to probably fire this up again, maybe a different one of these endless maps, I don't know. And I'm going to do like an authoritarian run. You know, I'm going to go, you know, the way that's down here, which is basically like law and order and prisons and that sort of thing. And then I'm gonna just, yeah, I did sign the soup law, but I never had to use it. But we're gonna, you know, we're gonna get into dueling. We're gonna, we're gonna basically we're gonna see how far we can make it with pretty much not being a good leader. And we'll see what happens there. That'll be a lot of fun. But like I said, I'm gonna do that over on Twitch. So if you just Google NoDak Express, you'll find it, and you know, with Twitch and that sort of thing. So I hope you'll come and check that out. Check that out at some point. I should say I've also been thinking about. I had a lot of fun with this. Unfortunately, I had a death in the family and just kind of needed to play something, and this was a lot of fun. I think I'm gonna try something, not something similar, but I think I'm gonna play through Timberborn, also. Which is, it's kind of a city builder management strategy thing, except with like beavers. All of the city and everything is beavers, and you're building dams and trying to control water and that sort of thing. That'll be a lot of fun. Then there's another city builder that's like Soviet Republic or something, and that one looks particularly interesting. So we'll just have to see. Here, you know what? We'll go ahead and just let this thing crank out the final few automatons while we're sitting here. Let's see how fast they go. Middle of the night, people going to bed, already surrounded by like 43 automatons. They're gonna wake up to multiple new ones. There's a new one. Welcome to the workforce, Superior Islander. Scouts reach somewhere. I'm not worried about that at this point. There's another one. Queen's Yorkshireman. Wait for it. Oof. I feel like we got something weird happening there. The game is starting to break with how many automatons we have just standing in one area. Oh, temperature just dropped a little bit. Yep, new automaton. The other one should be done before lunch. Oh. Alright. A late lunch. There we go. Now we are officially at our maximum automatons. But, yeah. So, anyway. I appreciate everybody who's been watching this. The comments on the videos and whatnot, that really makes a big deal in terms of how many people YouTube actually shows the videos to. So, I really appreciate even just the silly, you know, comments and that sort of thing. It really makes a big deal. It's a lot of fun. We have a flying automaton. We have something happening down here. Oh my gosh. They're evolving. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, they're evolving. There are so many of them. It's like moonwalking on the air. Perfect. I have not seen that before. That's a new one. Love it. Perfect way to end. Perfect way to end. And remember, if you need a Frostland generator or a bunch of prostheses, look for the Chillville brand in an abandoned warehouse near you. Thanks for watching.